Let's hope we got sound in there. Holler back with us on sound difficulties because we hear us here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're in the studio. We
got
don't have
sound.
feedback, so we're just here going, doing our thing.
We wanted to tell them we're in the studio like they can't see.
We're in a great studio.
We just be outside.
We're outside. All right, stop.
He's just waiting to use that shit. That's the thing about the day. Oh, mustard ass. When y'all go, hey, somebody piss you off, you know, that's oh, mustard ass motherfucker. You know, see, it sound better. See, when you put motherfucking mustard ass, then you like, yo, he real. Yeah. But if you say, oh, that's old mustard ass motherfucker, you know, you clowning because you talking about somebody. So you put the F in after, you good. You put it before, hey, man, that's a situation between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we popping out. But go ahead, man.
All right. So thank you for sending to us to the FM segment. We hope we did offend everybody. If not, please hit us up at the bmwshow1@gmail.com, and we will gladly offend you next time.
Always, with joy.
Yep.
With joy and pleasure. So, burner of the day, hot stuff.
Should we introduce our guest? Is he going to be part of the burner of the day? Or is he part
of yeah. He part of burner of the day. We're going to jump you in. We jump you in. This is my boy Juan. Juan, go ahead and say hello to the people.
Yup. He's Juan.
Yep.
We introduced him here because we wanted somebody special, and we figured he's the one.
He's the one. You see what I'm saying?
Corny ass white joke. Corny ass joke.
You know, we
one more joke.
That's one
that I haven't heard. I like you. I like
you. You know, me and Juan had worked together. So, you know, as conversation, I was like, wow, man, I like the energy. I like the perspective on things and issues and thoughts. And we just talk about the conversation. So, just wanted to invite him in, you know, just somebody that I just thought would be a nice person to come talk with us. We do this every time to time. So, as we go ahead and discuss things, Juan's going to go ahead and enlighten you about himself a little bit more. You know, always, everybody got 2 cents, everybody. So, we got a new segment called the burner of the day. All right? Basically, the burner of the day just basically was hot, like my boys say. It's got to be on hottest on fire. What's got us gossiping? Like we the Kardashians, but we not the Kardashians. So
this is real life,
right? You know, so real life stuff here. You know, in Phoenix, last couple of weeks, we always been talking about the police. You know, we talk about the police all the time. Let's be real. We always talk about the injustice of the police. This ain't right. You know, just what we got to. But it's ironic though. Right now, it's coming real and real that we have to educate our youth about how to be approached by the police. You know. What happens with the police. So we had the hot stuff out here in Phoenix about the police brutally arresting, you know, family of 4. So let me go ahead and give you a little couple minor details on it right quick. Just a little refresh.
The Barbie shoplifting.
Right. So indeed, Barbie shoplifting incident. As you know, the family was black. So it was on June 14th this year. Phoenix Police Department brutally tried to arrest a pregnant woman and her husband and the kids on a tip that the 4-year-old daughter has stole a doll. Of course, the parents didn't know, he had to snatch some belt, walk out the door. It happens.
He was too busy filling his own shots anyway.
Right. He got his other shit going down. Now, you know, it's not to say, hey, the concern is, well, why were the police involved? No, man, because the police is needed. Let's just be real. Let's just suck it up. You know, sometimes the police is needed on some shit. The more the question is of how the manner of the police, the process in which the police took to apprehending somebody. When did they say, hey, we have you, detained. Mm-hmm. But as you're detained, they're still throwing you around like a twig tossed around in a tornado. So you like, if you got to detain, how's he refuse to be detained when you're slamming somebody in the ground, or you're stomping on somebody,
right?
But you already got his arm behind his back, whatever. So it's just the process. The question is,
when you were in trouble, and your mom had your hand up in the air, and you were waiting. She said, "Okay, I got you detained, right?" Was that the end? No, she was going to be whooping your ass, right? Or she, no, I got you detained. I got you detained, whooping your ass. Is what I'm doing. Detaining, whooping your ass, so you're not going anywhere, right? You know what I mean? Still learn the lesson, right?
Right. The process.
Right.
2 things happening that I'll agree with. Okay, so we're gonna start having some disagreements with Vail. We call it NS and Vail disagreement. All right. And I'm gonna tell you why. This person, Mustard ass.
Oh, mustard ass.
All right, yeah, man. When the officers show up, there's certain things that you need to do. You need to follow what the officer is saying, unless that he's being aggressively doing things a way that is not conduct so far as the police. When they showed up knowing that somebody has stole something. They was approaching criminals. They asked two questions that caused this. One, get out the car. A white thing, get out the car, Bill.
I don't know what the question is. Get out the car.
I'm actually white. Couldn't get out the car. No, because the door didn't open. The door couldn't open.
See, he couldn't afford a proper working door. That's light sometimes.
Right. But the officer didn't know that.
Makes the situation difficult because maybe just said what? The officer didn't know that, right?
He didn't know that. He didn't know that.
We have invisible factors.
They have to see your hands when they approach you, right?
Right.
Now, in Puerto Rico, a woman that have a razor under a baby's diaper walk up on her. I haven't seen it before. Now, I'm not saying they're supposed to treat people bad like they treat all that kicking his legs open. That was about frustration about them, you know what I mean? But they approach the situation that I'm approaching two criminals. I need you to comply. And when they didn't comply, this was the action for them not complying. True, bro. True fact. Because why are you on camera stealing something?
Yeah, we gotta educate ourselves, no doubt, about the matter of which we're being held by the police. But it's still concern of the whole treatment from beginning to end. Certain steps are wrong. All steps don't have to be.
I agree.
You have invisible factors. Nobody knew that the car didn't roll down. Of course, you gotta approach that like this motherfucker being defiant. I know that he ain't got no gun behind him. Exactly. But once I got him out the car and understand that he's not defiant and he don't have no weapons, and I already got the handcuffs on him, and I just slammed him against the damn van, and then I'm gonna give him 3 other directions. First of all, he got to number one catch his breath and catch his consciousness because he just got deoriented. He just got he just got a conscious. Well, not a conscious, a concussion because he got slammed against the damn van. Yeah, he was only 98 pounds, dog. 260. Bam! I said, shut up.
But this shows you that stop listening. I'm tired of men,
it's
man.
Just crazy.
Just do what the officers say, man, and get it over with and get up out of there, man. That's how you got to treat it. You know what he said? He said, "You're not. When I tell you to do something, do what I tell you." That's what he said. When I tell you to do something, you better do it.
So the question is, why do they try to tell you to do 3 things at one time? I said, get on the ground.
He was frustrated about it.
I said, put your hands behind your back. You got my hands behind the back. How you want me to get on the ground when you got me bent over the hood? But you said don't move and don't say nothing. Well, why you keep asking me questions? I'm trying to answer questions. You ask me questions, but you don't want me to get on the. You want me to get on the ground, but you got me leaned over the hood and you leaning on my back. How are we supposed?
That's the shoplifter, right?
How are we supposed to get along on the same lines?
This is $1 million question.
Right? When you telling me 9 things and I can't do one of them because you respect
this car though. That's a lot of aggression for a shoplifter, right?
For a shoplifter, right?
My question is, why come it's not that much aggression when you got a school shooter?
Right. You got a school shooter.
You need to be
why we got that much aggression?
They be going to jail. Nice as hell.
You know what I'm saying?
Nodding to the camera.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The school shooter come out, you be like, meanwhile, you got the parents sitting over there, you know what? You better be glad I ain't got my rifle.
That's why
towards
black people, man,
I want to lick and load.
Minorities, man, we need to know the rules, man. And comply to the rules, but they're not treating it the same way as they treat white people. I don't care what you say, but they're not treating it the same. That's why when the police stop me, I say these things. I have my license, I have my registration. I'm hollering this. I have my insurance. I have a pistol in the car. It's locked up. I say these things. I say the door's not opening, so there won't be no surprises, no frustration right there. So the officer started off, to me, in my opinion, by time he got my car, he was frustrated, scared. Most officers are afraid, bro, which is crazy, man. They move like they're afraid, man, and that's what makes me afraid. Officers that try to protect us that's afraid.
You know, it's once again, right, but you can't walk into a situation without that fear. Let's just be real, because you never know what's happening. You can't walk into a situation without that fear. is once the unknown becomes the known, then you have the balance to say, okay, this is how I'm going to handle this situation, or this is how I'm going to handle this situation. Because I'm heavy on the badge, because I got a badge, you see what I'm saying? Or it's a particular race, or it's the right race, but you're just in the wrong area at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, let's just not say, okay, it's just the saying of it's just minorities. It does happen to non-minorities as well. It just doesn't happen as much as it does for minorities. And those folks of minorities thinking that they're married to a non-minority living in that good residential area, please understand and keep the conscious mind that you are the only minority that might be living in that area. So you still would be watched, treated, looked at, reflected on a certain way, no matter how much you try to live on a different level. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of our world.
Burn every day.
However we want to talk about it, it's just reality. The second burden we had of the day was the question of, is America now becoming like a child protective service to other countries? Because I thought the humanitarian thing was we don't separate children from the border. We're not going to, but you have to look at this country and say
that was actually a law written and approved during the Clinton era, which is a Democratic era,
but this is my question,
where the child don't get put forward to the immigration prison because of the crap that they may see in there. So it was noted that the children should be kept separate from what the adults are getting.
So that's the law. That's the law. How one perspective is supposed to be, and then what the Trump administration had just said, they're not in the business of doing that. People already said that they're not trying to separate children from parents from the country. But in reality, in the backhand, this is what's happening, because you do have the politicians that came out on record in front of the camera and just America with that. If you come into the country illegally, you know, you have to be sent back and processed.
So that law was put into effect.
So this is the question.
Era. That means it happened during Bush, it happened during Barack, it happened now with Trump. There's just be a lot brought right now to Trump because Trump's in office, and that's it's a attack on the Democrats to say, "Oh, this is bad. You guys voted for it."
See, it always been that. The question still remains as you have to protect your country. You have to honor your laws. But how do we deliver this message with this problem? Because what we keep doing is not for the benefit of us. It's not. It's not. You see what I'm saying? We're not in the business of saying, okay, we're enforcing the law, but we're taking away the kids. We're going to put them over these bunkers from, 9 months to 2 years or whatever the case may be, or 5 years. But this is what we have to stand up on our policies and enforce these laws. But the back end is not great for us. The reflection is not great for us. I don't have the answer, but that's the question. You see what I'm saying? That's the question. That's all I'm saying. That's the question. Not front to back, word for word.
The two ladies come over and want to go to the night. And so he's going to cut the baby. Remember the story? So what the lady said, the real mom. The other one had it. Now you're coming across the border, right? It's lucky enough that you made it and you didn't die to death. Right? Now somebody's got to do anything. And they say, I have to pick it up. For the sake of the kid, would you let that happen? Yeah, you have to. It's a lot.
Wrap that up real good.
Right, but
Where the Bible says
the question still remains though. Who brought? What you do now? Because you now put.
You did say it's not for our best; it's for the best of the kid.
Because that's the message that you want to uphold the law. Not
If
saying
you have a better idea, let's put it forward.
Right. Now, how many people are in favor? Well, I'm not talking about us because we ain't got shit how many people, when I say people, politicians that are up there are really in favor of that solution as far as looking for options of rewriting the law to what's going on now going into the future or just leaving it as is. You see what I'm saying?
That is good to complain, but I mean, why have you got to offer us a solution?
Because we are complaining, but who's really doing something? You see? So, okay, that's the problem. But just like the border, man, that's been a problem. The border's been a problem for years before I was even born. And it's the hottest commercial now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're going to strengthen the border. That's what we're going to do. Oh, we're going to get voted in because we're strengthening borders, protecting my country, making me safer. Boy, it's all marketing, baby. It's all how it's presented. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the, you know, let's look about what's really good. Is that really good? You know, this is the message I'm saying because we already know politicians are hypocritical. It's just what it is. You know, Tiger speak for itself. But that's the thoughts. Burner of the day. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, burner of the day. Hot shit. You know what I'm saying? So as we continue on to the meat sauce, because we know we had the appetizer, you know, had a little delicacies. So now we're gonna have a full course. Okay? What you got?
Okay. So we're talking aliens and UFOs. So if y'all don't know, as of on May 27th of this year, so not like years ago, not decades ago, this year, U.S. Navy pilots from the USS Theodore Roosevelt visually and via radar spotted an electronically tracked UFO.
Yeah, I see that.
The pilots commented seeing strange objects clearly being maneuvered with no visible engine or exhaust fluid. And then
it was a hybrid.
And then the commander of the ship came across and said something had to be visible.
It was a hybrid hovercraft.
And nobody really explained what those things are.
It was big enough to show on a radar, so it had to be like a Yukon size, at least an old school Cadillac size, like Fleetwood or something like that. You know, that'd be big enough to show up on the radar. So that's what I'm going with. Okay? A hybrid hovercraft. What you got?
Aliens live among us, man. You know what I'm saying? They live among us. I believe I was just looking in the sky and I could have sworn I was like, that's the moon. But the moon was over there. It was a planet showing. You remember that? You remember that? You remember that?
I'm trying to think what night was that.
It's about like Thursday. I'm saying like the stuff that we spraying in the air, man, is like hiding in the skies or something. I definitely believe in aliens.
You say stuff that's spraying in the air. They talk about when the planes go by with them gases, you see them jet trails. They be like, yo, they put stuff in the atmosphere. They test the atmosphere. What's the effect of that?
Rain and this is how
is that what they tell us or is that what we know?
Well, I know all type of chemicals have some type of reaction. You have some type of symptom. You know what they say on TV about this shit? This shit supposed to make you stop having a headache, but it make you gonna have
diarrhea,
ulcers.
You know what I'm saying?
My headaches are gone, but now my anus is leaking.
Yeah, what the hell, man? It's crazy shit. But not to get off topic though. You know, like you say, some people do say, hey, we got people living amongst us.
Here's the thing. So there's a report. Flying object. Pilot doesn't know what it is. That's all we got.
Right? And we've heard
we
about
don't know what
that
it
since
is,
the 50s. Right? Since the 50s. When we've been flying, we hear about shit like that.
We don't know what it is. Doesn't mean it's safe. Right? It could be anything.
Could be the government trying to just spend hype to put the country into another state of fear because they're testing something. They're not testing somebody that they tested in the
story. You don't know
where they come from.
That's what you know. Don't call it fucking with you. That really make me want to research shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna research. I'm gonna have some when I come back about this topic, man. Seriously, man. So,
all right. Well. So let's look at it. So let's say we're not alone, right? Let's say there are aliens, right? How would we, as Earthlings, treat them?
First of all, Earthly or American? Because there's a difference. Earthly.
Earthly. Yeah. I mean, it's a planetary being coming to our planet.
Well, if it's America, I know for sure we're gonna be like, hey, where's your kid?
We'll always
separate you from
we'll separate you from your kids.
Shit. Well,
I think it'll come with fear first.
fear first.
I think it'll come with fear first because it's the unknown. It's like, you're going to approach something cautiously, right? With the 50-50, cautiously and curiously, because you're going to be like, hold up, let me get my pistol. Okay. Everybody think that a pistol going to kill an alien because that's what we think.
You see from the movies.
We see that motherfucking alien. We don't know if it's got powers, it's defenses, what the hell it got. He might just spit at us, and that alien saliva just might get us down. But it's gonna be cautiously, and then you're gonna think, how am I gonna communicate this? I'm gonna say hi. You gonna wave?
Right.
I would probably just be like, what up? It's what up and how you doing? So I'm gonna be like, what up, y'all?
They might have the same way.
They might be mimickers or something. Like, what up? Oh.
Or the opposite. This can mean,
Right. We're speaking French.
Fuck you, mustard ass.
No, but it's funny because I believe that when we say Earthlings, we still have two sides within that. We have us that we'll just say from the non-military and military folk when it comes down to it, because the mindset of which groups have of military and political backgrounds with us is quite different. Right. Because we might come into the handout for enlightenment and introduction. Meanwhile, they come to, fuck that test subject. We're going to quarantine your ass. Don't touch you. Stick you, figure out what you are, and then go from there.
As Agent K said in Men in Black, which comes today, as Agent K said in Men in Black, a person is smart. People are dumb, scared, and
we're going to treat them like what we know. A lot of times, how we treat each other.
Yeah. So let's go through a small list that I have. So just to bring to light how we treated certain aliens in film. Okay? So, for example, E.T. So the race of E.T., they're alien botanists, is their class. Right, and they one got left behind. Right, and so a 12-year-old boy, Elliot, wanted to help hide the boy, or help hide the alien, whether from the government or for his own fascination, because he didn't know about the government when he first came. He just like, hey, it's an alien, I want to keep him as a pet. The Elliot wanted to keep him as a pet, so he didn't see him as a being. He saw him as a pet.
So what do you think everybody else would feel the same way as Elliot? I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think like the way, like all the social media animal videos, they say they'll find some abandoned wild animal and they're going to grab it, keep it, and raise it as a pet.
See, it's just that, and that's the reason why I don't think it's going to be treated fairly, because for every conservationist, there's a hunter, right? And a hunter will never have the same mindset, because the hunter, first of all, they're thinking with the mindset of, I don't know you, I don't know, I'm going to kill you, slice you up, do some research, so therefore I can be better prepared for who's coming at me next time, because we don't do aliens. Then you have the other party that, once again, I want to be friends with you. So I don't think that there would never be us all on the same mindset. We will always have that good versus evil, even when it came out. I would think.
Yeah, because then even still, it came out, they found out that the government knew about the DCA and wanted to come and take them away and dissect them and do all that stuff.
So it's like, what if, okay, so this is Aaron today. Aaron, what if something happened to you and tomorrow you was fit like Spider-Man and you had powers and we all didn't have? And we didn't know you for some time. So we would be like, oh shit, yo, man. But when the government finds out that Aaron has powers and he's no longer who he is, what do you think the government does?
Remember when I have a mask.
He all into that shit.
I already have one. I'm good. I'm
You
set.
see? So it would be like,
The government's don't figure it out.
so, but I'm just saying, like, you become known, like aliens. You become known. You're not from another planet, but you become now known because of your abilities. And now it's not these motherfuckers want to bring you in, they want to test you and all that. But what happens there? Do you get to reproduce? Do they take your blood? Do they slice you up? You know, you're no longer treated as you are being imperfect. See what I'm saying? But everybody that knows you, we're still gonna be on your side. We're still gonna ride and die for you and all that shit. You see? So it's like we get critical, like I always say, right? We're hypocritical society. So it is.
Go to the next one. So let's look at Alf. Y'all know Alf, the
Right.
Right. So he's a Malmachian Eldritch guard. He was actually a guard, but not his own planet.
Right.
An Orbital guard. That he crash landed on Earth following an amateur radio signal, and then that family kept him hidden as a pet from the alien task force here on the U.S.
So, question is, what if it's like a dog that can talk? Out, you know,
Yeah, right.
what happens to that dog?
Yeah, but then they're
Yeah.
but he's an intelligent animal. He's an intelligent being.
Right. They're not gonna put him down, but would you ever get to see him again? Would America even get to see him? Poor dog. Because you know we got Peter out there. And y'all can do some magical things. You know, even Michael Vick can testify to that. So, you know, but, you know, I like because it's very interesting. And if the what if became reality, how far would it go? Would we go? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How far would we go? Like the space station. Would this encourage us to build more space stations rapidly? Or would this now encourage us for the space station to be a basically like a space base with nuclear weapons and all this space defense and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Would it? You know what I mean? I just, you know, what kind of twist would we take? Right? What kind of twist would we take? What you think? Solid. Wow.
Metaphor stories are really good to me. I'm thinking that's really bad.
Well, you know, and then let's take it a different direction. So E.T. being a botanist,
Right.
Mork being the sitcom laughing dog, right? Let's go the other direction. What about Independence Day?
We'll fight.
Well, we don't know.
But we don't know.
They're just moving across the sky,
They just being those.
right? They're just here.
Right.
They haven't made a move.
Right.
How do you prepare for that?
You know how I know that we would go ahead and dock some? Like vibrate. It's not an option.
That was a long clock alarm. You gotta put that shit in his sentence like that was a regular conversation.
So, but
We just all cut off.
right,
Cut off.
we just cut off. You know how I know that we were bomb on the nose? Because Iran shot down a U.S. drone. It's that concept. Man, we would go ahead and our booty cheeks would get so tight if something enters America's airspace. Everybody on defense. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling in. I'm not going to work. I'm about to go home and see what my family, we're going to gather around, but we're going to watch the TV and see what the fuck that is that just came off the Pacific. You see what I'm saying?
Let's take that
I think we followed.
a little bit different direction. So, similar to Independence Day, we had Mars Attack, right? See that movie. So, the aliens, the Martians, transmitted this signal to Earth indicating they wanted to meet peacefully. Yeah. And so it was arranged, this peaceful arrangement. Everybody was intent on walking on needles, and until and then the Martians turned on us and went bang, 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 bang. Just took everybody out who was there to greet them, right? And they blamed it, of course, on the people because somebody released the dove, and the government said, "Oh, don't release birds, must be bad." And so they arranged another peaceful meeting, and then Martians did it again, giving us a little oh,
Right.
we're going to take it.
Right.
So how do you react? You know, how do you prepare for somebody that says, we're just trying to find a better place. You know, we're coming here to be at peace with you and to find a better place and to live with you, and then they turn it on your back. How do you prepare for that?
Well, I don't know because what kind of paperwork they're gonna fill out? First, I don't. I think it might be an administrative nightmare.
Like, you know, what happened in Australia.
Yeah.
People comes over, a whole bunch of kangaroos are looking at people. They're like, get on my way.
Kangaroos?
Yeah. Right.
It's the worst situation. Right. That's what they would think because they say, well, where, what you need, water or do you need land? Because both of them are a precious resource to us Earthlings.
Right.
And then how much you talking about? You talking about a little bit, like Gig Harbor, Puget Sound, or you talking about something like you need the ocean?
So now they're saying, well, okay, so we want water, and we want land.
You see,
We also want food stamps. We also want to not pay taxes, but we want to vote.
oh shit. So you talking about basically we're gonna set up like an Indian reservation type of setup for them because we're gonna quarantine to where they can go ahead and live. Then we're gonna put them on the system democratically because that's the American way. And so they have their food stamps, and then they want to vote, which you know is a token born right. So they got to become a worldly citizen or a citizen of one of the countries that vote. Right? You know, so basically we're gonna try to humanize them.
And then you gotta make the aliens learn Constitution.
Oh, they gotta learn the Constitution and they gotta learn English. Well, really not because you know, after all, America is a melting pot. It's like a melting pot. So like everybody from anywhere can come here. You know, you just gotta learn a couple things. You know, sign a couple of papers and be a good citizen. Like, and that's popping. Yeah.
So
There's a process. We will make a process.
We should have a process.
So we will make a process.
Have a process.
We'll make a process. Because you know why? Because see, they didn't do like the last Yahoos. I think that was on the list. They didn't do like the last F and Yahoo and bring their mustard asses on in here without trying to say hello, send a pigeon, send some doo-doo. You know what I mean? That's some close encounter shit. They just want to just bully their ass up in here. That's why we bombed on them. Right. But these dudes are actually going through the satellites trying to make something. And you know where you make it up? Well, me in the airship.
But now they have that technology to tap into our satellite system. Isn't that a red flag that they found a system to get through our systems?
Well, see, that's how they know that we have met a greater alien race superior to our intellect. Right. So there's some bow down factor there. You see what I'm saying? So with the bow down factor comes a little bit of Kendrick Lamar being humble. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the only way that you're gonna humbleize somebody. Okay. Like, and then I can share this technology.
So somebody is better than you, you're supposed to just back down.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The better than you, so we're gonna.
Me personally, no, because I'm gonna chop that motherfucking tree down.
Right.
But I'm talking about as when it comes to this country, yeah, them motherfuckers is flip flopping. Hell, fuck yeah, because you know what they're gonna do? Like the fucking Indians. Hey, how you doing? Teach us all this how to make all this corn and all this shit, and then we're gonna go ahead and snipe your ass and move you over to the reservation. Right. So what we gonna do with the Native Americans.
As you saw in our episode.
Right, the episode, right. So, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Snake them. Hey, learn and love you. Like in Transformers. Hey, share our technology. All right, now, we got some shit to go after your ass. Now, you want to talk some shit? No. We told you, we don't want that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how the government is. Okay. And it's military. That's how they're going to do it. It's going to flip them. They're going to flip them.
So then if they flip us, we're just going to go with the flow. We're supposed to allow them to flip us.
No, that's war, man. That's how war starts. Ain't that what they want? War? Generate money, jobs? Right. That's the question. That's why they took them some of their technology.
So how do you find an alien where Earthlings are on their side?
Why would you even fight? Because the Earthlings have to accept the aliens first. Now, how do you accept them?
Not all Earthlings. Let's say
if you do what I say, then we're gonna accept you.
Let's say there's Earthlings here that saying these aliens have the right to do things.
So are those Earthlings in power, or is that the sideline that's just tricky?
Both.
Because the one that's in power is the one that has the word and said final say. So you tell me.
Okay. So then whatever the president says is word.
Is that what it is? Is that this time of life that we're living in?
I would say no.
Right.
Here, man. They're already here. What are you gonna do with them?
What are we gonna do?
So we just let it be. Whatever it is whatever it is.
You always gonna have the people that say, nah, I need to know who the fuck my neighbor is. Some people, man, let them be. As long as they don't mind me, I don't mind them. Okay. You're always gonna have them people.
So now you let them be, but now they have a dog, and they every so often lift up the back gate and let the dog go to your yard, take a shit, and go back in their yard.
Yeah, so then sometimes
you gotta let it be.
Those are how the conditions of the let be changes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you allow it. It's up to the person. Do they want to allow that shit? Do they want their dog to keep shitting in my yard? Or am I going to go over there and handle that? I don't know. It's up to them.
So you can take the whole alien migration thing situationally by individual alien. So you're a good alien, so you just go. You're a bad alien, so you have to go bad.
How do you determine that?
How do you determine
This is
that?
what we do. We don't let them fight airplanes.
Just beam down, huh? That's it. You can only beam one time, motherfucker. That's it. One time. Beam one time. That's it. You know, because I think it all comes to how do we treat ourselves. Right? That's really what it's going to come down to. Right? I think we're going to treat them. How do we treat ourselves like other people at the country? You know, like people say, oh, well, people that arrive in a boat from Cuba can wind up coming in the country, but people that arrive in a boat from Haiti, they get sent back to Haiti. Why? So what determines, like you said, what determines a bad alien from a good alien?
Well, humans play better baseball.
Oh,
that's some racist shit. I'm tired of this show, man. Hey, man, this is goddamn it, man.
You know,
I got more on this shit.
Yo, we only allowing, you know, the talented.
That's right.
It appears to be.
Can you hit a ball?
You know what I'm saying? Right, the contributors. Right.
That's part of the immigration process. You can't.
Oh,
yeah. You got it. You go back.
That was terrible.
Right.
He bobbled. Oh, he's out. He's out.
I'm going to give you this situation.
He said,
you can't. Oh, you see my money? Shit's crazy, man. You know, it's, but, you know, it comes to that shit. But, you know, and you be like, oh, that's fucked up. You know what? There's always going to be somebody feeling like they got fucked up or fucked over. How come I can't do it and I'm an alien too, but that motherfucker ain't get in? Does he breathe fire? I don't breathe fire.
You're asking for equality. What's wrong with you,
man? Man, but what? Oh no, equality's only for Earthlings.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. You know, so it comes back to that governing group.
We ain't equal to each other either. So
right. So how we gonna be equal? That's the part that I said. We're what? Hypocritical. That's when we become hypocritical. That's when we become hypocritical. So it always comes to a limit of somewhere until we're gonna flip. It's not saying some people have a flip like the regular mind to want to flip. That's their actions.
That's what we do.
Or shit just happens because it happens.
We create a religion for
a religion?
Yes, okay.
Or a way of life.
No, a religion.
Okay.
A religion will make the way of life.
Okay.
And then you make them gods, okay? And you make them worship their gods. We control them for that. So like they've been here already. I think that sounds familiar.
So like
that sounds familiar. They've been here. They already did this already. That sounds real familiar. I just want to make that
right.
It's been done already.
But I think I get what you're saying though, because that is our ideology. You have to buy into the ideology of this world of Earth in order to coexist with us. But where you gonna live though? What if they fire motherfuckers and they need to live where it's hot, in a volcano, and the volcano all of a sudden starts erupting, and the motherfuckers around there like, dog, we can't. Just town got to get gone. Like, imagine if there's, okay, like the aliens is jiggly jolty and shit and causing earthquakes.
So they're taking this,
and you got to repopulate New York.
Section of Earth that traditionally has been one way, and they change it to assimilate to their structure of how they want to live, not necessarily how that area
How
has.
we want them to do.
No.
Who's giving up the land? China, they giving up, see? The Middle East?
So we're going back to the
America?
volcano people, right? So the hot area going to the volcano, and now they want more than just a volcano.
That's
right?
Hawaii.
They're taking that volcano and they're spreading it to where that whole island is a hotbed for them to live in.
So they're going Hawaii.
Right? So
now motherfuckers are back because they ain't got no
they're
Hawaii
taking
no more.
this island as Hawaii. So Hawaii's getting fucked over multiple times because the white man came over, they took Hawaii, and they made it Hawaii, and then now these volcano aliens are coming in, and then they're gonna make it just all volcano for them to chill out of it.
Right, and then they got a little hot resort.
So then the Hawaiians try to fight back because we just allowed this assimilation.
Right, because the same thing coexists. Think about world. Right, Russia, China, great nations.
How much?
Think about it.
And how much do you coexist?
Right, and then when it comes up to water, giving up the water. You see, because now we feel we own water. China owns water, sea rights. All this ocean is ours. This ocean is ours. And you, I guess, sign some paperwork somewhere. So then you have to think, how you divide that shit up? Who's willing to say, I'm gonna give up, my water resource for y'all hydrating motherfuckers? So then when y'all get up in this bitch, now the Earth's water just gets sucked up by 25%. You see what I'm saying?
Especially when all your water on the inside is all fucked up anyway, because you guys never had to clean it back.
So now you sitting there like, here we go with that divide again. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a crazy shit, man. I don't even think that would be the problem.
So then, if you guys haven't figured it out, we're kind of talking about immigration. Right. So the answer to immigration is there's no answer. There's no one solution.
Right.
Because
unless I think the answer revolves in someone's always going to have, or some side, one side is going to always have to give up something.
No, I think what's happened is the powers that be highlight the effects based on how they want people to vote for.
Right, the movement.
Right?
Right.
So they don't, the Democrats, they don't give a crap of what actually happened on the border. They do right now because Republicans are in power.
Right.
When Barack was in power, those same people had no problem with what's going on in the border.
Nah, they just had the fucking healthcare problem.
Right. So all immigration is right now is a divisive device.
The divisive device.
It's a divisive device.
Double entendre.
Right.
So device is device.
Devices.
That's an F and mustard ass statement right there. Device is device.
So
They're visible.
Right.
That's divisible.
That's divisible. No, but it is because you figure this one side's giving up something. But when I say giving up something, it really comes to the fact that we're giving up in the way of we're the ones that's trying to provide the resolution. Because it can work. But we just don't want to have the energy and put the right minds to make it work because it's going to be a process.
Well, you don't want the right minds in there that's going to make it work. Because then once it starts working, then it's no longer finished. Right.
I think we need to be good. Who's coming over? If they want to come over, we don't need just attorneys or engineers. We're bringing all the we're bringing all the nurses from the Philippines.
Soldiers. Right.
So essentially, those who are wanting to work should be allowed to work.
Correct. Well,
and contribute to
Malaysia used to be a third world country.
Right.
What happened?
we gave them that.
The
factories
revolution,
there.
the technology revolution.
So we had workers there. So now there was a massive increase in Malaysia. They became the workers.
We helped them the lower class.
The workers came in as the bottom of the pyramid. Like a pyramid.
That's so American. You know, we help build the middle class. See, that's why America got that cocky ass
That's
attitude.
in a third world country. Yeah, a third world country is super rich, super poor, nothing in between. That's a third world country. And there's no third world.
Yeah, they don't have bathrooms. They got homes.
Yeah, you gotta fill in that middle class.
Come on, man.
Sure. And that's what builds a productive
And
society.
it makes it from a third world and goes to level up.
Layers.
Right.
So we help industrialize
Like
nature.
ogres.
Yes.
Right.
Ogres have that.
Right. Lions. Right. Ogres and lions. Right.
All right.
You hungry? No, but I think it's
Yeah,
you know,
so we have here versus we're assimilating this with aliens or immigration versus aliens. Now, the advantage that we have with immigration is that we know what they do, we know who they worship, we know how they are,
right.
and but they frequently I am myself, right? So we have the advantage of we know how to treat them. So what happens when the Spanish came into Mexico, right? It's our religion.
Right.
They made a new religion. That's how they control them. Right. How does that happen in the United States? You know, because we got the immigration coming up. And so we're doing something similar. You gotta assimilate. With the aliens, we wouldn't be able to do that. I think the best idea is that the difference between a monkey and ourselves is about 1%. It's about 1%. And look at the difficulty that we're having. Difficulties we're having communicating with them, or have them communicate with us. It's only 1%.
Yeah, but I just miss Big Rossi because he voted out Pluto as a planet. So I don't think it's really true.
Well,
Y'all fuck wait a minute. I'm saying something, man. I don't fuck what you say. Well, I was happy about them more than 1% of what you were right. Fuck that. That ain't no correct opinionated shit right there. I've been in school with whole year. I'm very smart than 1% of a goddamn orangutan. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I agree. I was agreeing about that shit. So you got to that part. I think the black people don't want to be metaphor. There's nothing about no damn monkey or anything like that. Why do we get offended?
But hey, hold up with all that, man.
I know, but the whole
You be coming here
human.
talking all artistic
human.
and shit. Ain't nobody want to know, man. You need to talk regular, man.
I'm human. That's it.
You trying to talk about somebody with the big words all in front of them.